What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our life and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it is our life. And I personally encourage you to enjoy your life wherever you are. Certain things has happened and it puts you in a bad mood, very bad mood. I want you to know that you are greater than that thing. Put it behind you, whatever it is. Whether you call it matter of life and death or whatever, you are greater than that. You are greater than your thoughts. You are greater than your words. You are greater than your deeds. You know what I mean by that? You can change them. You see your thought life. You have the ability to control your thought life. You can change it. It's every time you're thinking, what you call negatively. Thinking negatively is not bad. It's not evil. This is one of the things I've been trying to open the eyes of our people into. Good and bad is not for you humanly, naturally. Good and bad, there's no good and bad in nature. What you have in nature is positive and negative. That is what you have in whatever is working. There is no good and bad working together in what is working. It is always positive and negative. But the foreigners and with their puppets among us have so much taught us away from our truths that we think what they say is factual, but it's not. And we some of us are still confused. Say why things are not working out for us because we are not ourselves yet. We don't have our tools yet. We don't have our weapons yet. Remember when I started all this, you know, woke nation, I told us we must restore our power first. And the only way we can restore our power is for us waking up. When we wake up to our factual truth, we will no longer be afraid of our powers. Our powers still coming to us, but we are scared of them when we see them in dream, in visions, in revelation, because they have spiritualized our power. Our power is not a spiritual power. Our powers are not spiritual. They are natural and you can use it to move things. You can use it because it's natural. Nature also agree with it. That's why you don't know we have that natural power. You can place a leaf on a water and you step on it and you jump to the other side without water touching your foot. They will not tell you that. But my father experienced that when he was doing masquerade of a thing, went to a native doctor that prepares such thing because maybe the charm he has or the whatever power he has, if water touches him, as they said, it will nullify it. So, but if you place that leaf over that water, boom, and step on that leaf, it's killed. But you say, no, it's never happened. It's voodoo. It's evil. But you believe a snake speak in your book or spoke in your book. Then you believe donkey spoke in your book. You believe your God turned human being into a beast. You believe your angel struck human being and it was rotten. You believe all that. You believe that is Red Sea was parted, river was parted, and people walk on dry land in them because you don't know your truth. So whatever is it that is bothering you, put it behind you. Whatever you say, oh, this person betrayed you, this person insulted you, this person robbed you, whatever it is they did to you, so long you know yourself, you will always come up on top. You will see you are better than them. You will see that. So I'm encouraging you. Yesterday I talked about crazy for God, crazy things people claim to be or say or do for God. They are saying God is God, that God has done this, when in reality, God has not done anything. Zero. So today I'm talking on God versus doctor. This is very important because especially Africans, because they went to school, now school tell them that doctors treat, God heals. You have seen many doctors repeating the sentence. That's why they allow prayers in their hospitals. I mean, private hospital. I'm not talking about maybe public government hospital. Now, I don't think Christians go to pray in hospitals in Saudi Arabia. I think they only do that in Christian countries, right? Okay. But what I mean is even doctors that have private hospitals, they allow prayers there, they allow Bible there, they allow Quran there. Some of them build chapel in there, employ a chaplain. And you see the sick person in bed, they're coming to give them mask, they're coming to pray for them, they're coming to do that. If that thing works, there will be no hospital in the first place. If there is God, if their prayer works, if God works, if God heals, there will be no evil sickness or disease, because God will be able to wipe it away so that his children will not be sick. Unless you're saying that God is stupid, because it's only a stupid father, deranged father, that will allow bad thing to happen to his children when he has the power to prevent it. It's like somebody coming to rape your children before your very eyes. You know you can beat this person. This person is so little. You have been beating this person up. And you still allow that person to come and rape your children or your daughter. Come on. Think about it, because uh, it's things that are supposed to provoke you to think is little things, as I just mentioned. You don't need somebody that blow grammar and somebody that can't speak some language. You have to look for dictionary to understand. Just think, use your brain. They don't want you to think, they want you to believe. You say, but think mean believe sometimes. Just like religion. Okay, whatever you continuously do routinely is religion. No, you know what I mean. When you believe, don't allow you to think for yourself. So when you say I think, it does not mean I say I believe. No, I'm telling you this is my judgment. In belief or in religion or spirit, they say do not judge. You are not God. Who are you to judge? No, I'm human to judge. I have brain to judge. So you don't believe because they say believe, because whenever they ask you to believe, they will tell you do not fear, believe. At the same time, they tell you the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. So if you fear, there is no wisdom there. And they tell you also, they say that perfect love cast out fear. If that means it's a perfect love supposed to cast out the fear of God too. But they say no, that fear is okay. But the other fear, don't fear any man, don't fear any idol, don't fear this, don't fear that, but fear the invisible God. Why should I fear invisible God and not fear visible man or visible animals or visible tree? You tell me, do not fear. No, that tree will not kill you. Do not. That animal will not kill you. Do not fear. That man will not kill you. And they end up killing you. Say, no, God cannot allow it to happen. God allow it to happen. So apart from people doing crazy things, saying crazy things and being claiming to be crazy things, they also steal credit for God. They are not only crazy for God, they steal credit for God too. They did something, they say the Lord has done it. Something happened to you, say the Lord has done it. That when it's what they like. But what they don't like, the devil. How are you blaming the devil when your God created all things, including that devil you're talking about, right? But think about it. If your God is the one that created the devil, huh? Why do you continue, supporting such God? You know He created that devil and they can handle that. In fact, He asks you whatever He asks you to tell, to whatever you're asking, He will do it for you. Then you don't want to ask Him to kill devil, remove devil, but you keep doing it every day. Devil is a liar. Devil, you will never come. You know this thing will not happen. Devil, you will never have your way. But when you do wrong, you say, "Oh Lord, I've sinned." It's the devil. Or when you get caught, it's the devil. Imagine somebody that is sleeping with somebody, or somebody that rape somebody, and they caught him and say it's the work of the devil. No, it's not. It's your work. And the reason you even get to that extent of doing those evil is because of the concept of God you have been holding. You have it in you. When you believe in God, evil is in you. When you don't believe in God, no evil is in you. Because in nature, there is no evil. There is no good and bad in nature. But in religion, in nature, you have positive and negative. Negative is not evil, is supposed to welcome it, because without negative, positive will not. The whatever power the positive have, it can never flow on its own. Just as without a woman, a man can never have a child, and without a man, a woman can never have a child. So the positive and the negative, they will be there, not working until you bring them together. Your negative and your positive, or your negativity and your positivity, they work together. They are not working against each other. They are not opposite. In nature, there is no opposite. No, there's no opposite in nature. Nothing. Man is not against woman in nature. Woman is not against man in nature. No, no opposite. So stealing credit for God is another thing they do. So our people used to say this, Igbo people. Pericoma used to sing it or sang it. He said, "Omi ihe jidokwa ogu, ịma na Chukwu ka dibịa gwọ ndị ọya." It's a lie. That's God heals better than the dibias or than the doctor. It's a lie. Oh, Dr. Echezana, so you can bear me witness. If I'm lying, if God has healed anyone in your hospital, please tell me. God have healed anyone, you finish treating the person, boom, the person is is healed. Tell me. No, it's after the doctor treats people, they relax naturally. Yeah, with time. That's why they tell you time heals. It means it will take time. Say, no, I want it to be healed now. Okay, go now. You will see it will become worse. You have to give it time, relax. It will work. And if you're becoming crazy, doctors will order some medicine that will calm you down. Stop, relax. Or they tie you down in bed until the medication they give to you take effect. Chukwu akaghị dibịa agwọ ndị ọya. Chineke akaghị dibịa agwọ ndị ọya. And you're supposed to know, Pericoma, or people begin to say that. I say Chuku Kadibia Gwandoya is people that believe Chiuku is the male deity in Igbo cosmology, and the Chineke is the female deity, because Africans try to balance things. Even what white people force on us, so they try to balance it, because Africans stand for balance. Everything they establish is balance. They tell you where is God, there is goddess. Where is male, there is female. Where is up, there is down. Where there is right, there is left. That's balance. But it's in religion, you see Trinity. No female. No, it's supposed to be cisnity. As you have God the Father, you have God the Mother, God the Son, God the Daughter, God the Holy Spirit, God the Holy Body. When they throw that one away. The God that cannot treat you cannot heal you. If God cannot treat that sick person, he said, doctor have to treat for God to heal. No. If God cannot treat that sick person, God cannot heal that sick person. If God truly exists, there won't be no need for God to heal you, because a real God won't let you fall sick. in the first place. The God that watch you fall sick, that God cannot heal you. He cannot do anything. He cannot treat you. He cannot. A living God will not watch you suffer or evil thing happen to you. But read it. Job chapter 9, verse 23. He said, innocent. That's people that worship God, believers in God. Job being example of it. Job was upright. He didn't do any bad thing. But God watched evil come on him. And Job cried, said, this man, even when I am wrong, when I'm blameless, I am guilty before him. He's so wicked. He said, if it is not God, tell me who is doing it. You that believe God created all things. And nothing happens without his consent or without his approval. Now, bad thing happen, you say it's the devil, or it's yourself, or it's a human being. You blame human being. Oh man, you see the nonsense that I can say, God works, But if you ask God for power or for ability, you have to check your desire. That's nonsense. If my desire can limit God from doing anything, that God is useless. If my sin can stop God from answering me, that God is useless. It's useless because he's supposed to know better. And that's why you stupidly believe nonsense. They call you little children. Imagine as old as you are, they call you little children. It's the same thing when you listen to our people breaking color, say they're praying to God. They say elderly people, red cap chiefs, people that claim to be elders in our villages, they said we are like little children. We don't know how to bath. We bath only, you know how little children bath in their stomach because they don't know better. That's what elders are claiming because of God, saying stupid things to protect God, to deceive the children that there is God. If your mother didn't tell you there is God, had it been it's only your father that tell you there is God, you would have been doubting the existence of God. The main reason most of us believe this God is our mother. Our mother. Because mothers, they know how to they force it in you whether you like it or not. They can cry putting it in you. And you trust them so much. So if God is real, he will not watch you fall sick. He says it's your fault. God was giving you, somebody said that, the Christians always say that, somebody asked God for something, this thing come, he refuses. Then when he died and went to heaven, and God said, he said, God, but I pray, he didn't. He said, I sent this one, he didn't. No. Why are you sending somebody if you are real? If you can do all things, you don't have to send anyone to do anything. Any God that is walking through a thing or through a person does not exist. That person is greater than God. That person that helps you is greater than God. That person that assists you is greater than God. God cannot prevent sickness and disease, it's a fact. God cannot prevent it. At least we still have COVID-19 going on. God cannot prevent sickness and disease. No matter how faithful you are, no matter how prayerful you are, no matter how holy you are. Look at Pope, a whole Pope of Catholic Church. You know how many billions of members of Catholic Church, all their prayers, God could not prevent Pope from being sick and being in wheelchair, committed to wheelchair. Think about it. Yet you still somebody say, hey Mary, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that father, now, in the name of the Father, the Son, that nonsense. And for years, you say, you wonder why this thing going on? Because it was forced on people. And people that force it on people are making sure it continues. That's why they have all those programs. God cannot treat a sick person anywhere. That's why they tell you, doctor treats, God heals in our life. God cannot heal sickness or disease. Even ordinary fever, God cannot heal it. He cannot. You see, you're feeling fever. Oh, okay, you pray, then you go pour cold water. You take medicine or you start doing something to get well. God cannot heal. God can heal you. God would have prevented that. Cannot. Cannot. Understand that doctors work with science. They don't work by faith. Doctors don't work by faith. They work with science, knowledge. Another word for science is knowledge. Stop deceiving yourself with all those grammatical nonsense or academic nonsense, scientists. No, science is great, superior to scientists. Scientists is organized people or body saying this is scientists. They say this thing, they say that thing. Knowledge, all of us have equal access to knowledge. Doctors work with knowledge. Those Christian doctors, Muslim doctors, or spiritual doctors, they are stupid, all of them. They are educated fools. Have you seen them when they get older? If you see them, you will see that these people were garbage. And you will stop respecting them more than any other person. Mechanic is the same thing with doctor. I mean, my car mechanic is the same thing. Even that one is because if mechanic don't fix your car, where that car will crash, and you know what will happen. But you see, this is why they respect doctor more than mechanic, and even some mechanic respect doctor when they come there. No, doctor supposed to respect the mechanic more, because that one, if you don't fix that car, go where will doctor go now? But if society tell us who to respect better than other ones, you see a housekeeper, you don't respect him. But when you say doctor, oh, doctor, you are stupid also. And that's why all this evil going on in the society. If God works, your work wouldn't be needed. If God works, you wouldn't need to go to any hospital. If God works, you that believe in God and pray to God, you wouldn't need any services of anyone for any reason. You wouldn't even be working under any man for money. If God works, somebody said that, and I've been sharing that even on my story. You like my story or you hate it, or it's nude picture. Yeah, you like it. You are born nude. There's nothing wrong with it, with that. Pornography, yeah, is better than Bible. It's better than Quran. It's better than Torah. I rather watch porn than watch Jesus of Nazareth or any movie about Jesus. I will never watch it. It's either you turn it off or I get out. Period. So demon is in me. No, I'm that demon. Devil is in me. No, I'm that demon. Satan is in me. No, I'm that Satan. Satan adversary against evil. Devil, destroyer, destroying falsehood. I'm Lucifer now. I bring light. The truth is that you have been doing it all by yourself without God. You are only deceiving yourself with prayers or religious nonsense, your religious activities. That's what makes you a stupid person. If you have been working, why are you praying to God? If you still have to go and work, why are you praying to God? Why are you thanking God? Why are you praising God? You are the one that's been doing all this thing all along, but you have been taught, you have been told. Otherwise, it is God. It is God. Who give you strength? Who keep you alive? It is God. No, it is not God. Food give me strength. Food keep me alive. Without food, you will just meme. Without food, you go back to earth. You are alive today and being sustained by food that comes from the earth. You say you're not eating it, then you go back there. Do you see that? You refuse to eat what comes from the earth, you go back to earth. Because you are food too. That's why when you die, the termites eat you. It's natural thing. No opposite in nature. Animals are not against you, are not against animals. We are living. They can kill us and eat us. We can kill them and eat them. It's natural. But you are eating the body of Jesus, right? Okay. If God heals, there will be no need for hospitals, medicine, and doctors. God is dead. Another word I'm using for that is useless. God is useless in reality. Humans never need God in their times of need because God is a fairy that doesn't exist nor can do anything in reality. You need to know that nothing works with God. They tell you with God all things are possible. It's a lie. For the fact you are working, tell you that is a lie. For the fact you still going to church, tell you it's a lie. Because if with God all things are possible, you wouldn't even leave your house to go to church saying you are worshiping God there. You're supposed to worship God wherever you are. Nothing works with God. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. No matter how you say, including the one you say is a spiritual thing, nothing can work. Your imagination doesn't work with God. It is you making it, thinking it. Not any God. Nothing works with God. Science works with people and not with God. Knowledge, science, it is people, people work with people. It can never work with God. That's why it is always people. Even in your book, they say that God, their God sought for a man. Their God say, who will go for us? There, you see, I mean, he says it's everywhere. Say, who will go for us? Who will I send? Because he cannot go. He cannot do anything. It is people doing all that in the name of that useless God. And it shows in their life. God is a problem. Science is the solution. You say God give children. No, God gave you conjoined twins. God cannot separate it. Prayer cannot separate it. Anointing cannot separate it. Now you look for science, for doctors to separate it. Science, separate it. We keep fixing God's mistake. Those of you that say God did this, God did that, we keep fixing it. God sent people to murder. It is people that go after those murderers and take care of them or stop them or rehabilitate them. It is people, not God. What God cannot fix, science can fix. And what science cannot fix, God cannot fix. There is nothing God can do in reality. Stop giving credit to God for what you have done or for what man has done or what men are doing. Stop giving credit to God. It is people who are living in fear and ignorance that are giving credit to God. I don't give credit to God for anything. I shut down anybody that say thank God before me. I say no, I thank you or you thank me. No, but I'm not thanking any God. God is not doing anything for us. What are you saying? What are you? They always tell you that. Why are you saying he keep you alive? No, he don't. God don't keep me alive. If God have power to keep alive or to give life, let him stop me now from saying this minute. Let him do that. It cannot. It can never happen. Say, no, God is giving you fuck that God. You see, what do you want me to say to provoke or to make God stop me now from doing what I'm doing? Hey, you're incurring nonsense. Incurring what? It's your wrath I'm incurring, not God's wrath. That's why you are the one upset for that God. I'm encouraging you to fear God no more. Even you that is still a believer, fear God no more. But you that are awakened, sometimes you still fear God. No, fear God no more. Be bold. Don't. When I say fear God no more, it means you will no longer fear death. Because that's what makes people fear God. God can kill. God can do. No, God cannot do anything. If you see that God, call me. I will kill it for you. Since you're living in fear. But knowledge of factual truth will kill that fear, kill that God, kill that Jesus, kill that Satan, kill that devil. All those things they fear, all those things they worship, the knowledge of factual truth will wipe it away from your brain and begin to reason like a human being. Everyone speaking for God is speaking out of fear and ignorance. And another word for ignorance is blind faith. That's why religion is called the faith. It is not the knowledge. It is not science. It is faith, blind faith. I don't see, but I believe. Just as a blind man telling you, oh, I'm wearing yellow shirt. A blind man cannot tell you the color of his shirt. But he say, I believe I'm wearing yellow shirt. Believe me also. Believe. You'll be blessed. Wake up, my people, and trust everything God and live humanly. God